Open your banking app and answer 4 questions. How much money do you have available right now? How much do you spend in a normal month? What is the interest rate on your most expensive debt? And how much of your last paycheck did you actually keep? Most people cannot answer all 4 without checking. Modern money is fragmented. Your salary arrives in one account, bills leave another, subscriptions hide on a credit card. Debt sits somewhere else, and investing happens, if it happens at all, on a separate app. You can earn a decent income and still feel constantly uneasy because you never see the full picture. Financial anxiety grows in that fog. A vague problem feels enormous. A measured problem becomes a project. So this is a 90-day financial reset. 7 steps. No complicated spreadsheets, no stock picking, and no extreme lifestyle where you stop enjoying your life. The goal is to rebuild your finances in the right order, beginning with clarity and stability. Then comes debt control, automation, investing, and finally sustainable income growth over time. Follow these steps seriously for the next 90 days, and you will build something most people never do. A financial system you understand, control, and can actually trust. Step 1. Take inventory of your numbers. Set aside 1 hour and gather every financial account you currently have in one place. That includes checking, savings, credit cards, loans, investments, and your last 3 months of statements. Write down your take-home income, every debt balance, every interest rate, and all current savings and investments. Then use those figures to calculate 4 important numbers about your financial life. First, calculate your cash, money available without selling investments or borrowing. Second, calculate your total debt across every card, loan, and balance you owe. Third, calculate your net worth by subtracting everything you owe from everything you own. Do not panic if the number is negative. Net worth is not a grade. It is simply the starting coordinate for every decision you make next. The 4th number is your burn rate, what you actually spend during an average month. Add your last 3 months of spending, then divide the total by 3. Include rent, food, transport, insurance, debt payments, entertainment, subscriptions, and irregular purchases. That final average is your real current monthly burn rate. Your survival burn rate is what 1 month would cost if you kept only the true essentials. That means housing, basic food, utilities, transport, insurance, and minimum debt payments. Your current burn rate shows the lifestyle you are funding right now. Your survival burn rate shows the minimum cost of keeping your life stable. The gap between those numbers is where most of your financial options live. Do not estimate from memory. Someone may believe they spend around $3,000 each month. Then they discover the real number is $3,700 after reviewing every transaction. Delivery orders, weekend spending, annual fees, and small purchases were never mentally counted. This is not an exercise in guilt. You are building a useful financial dashboard. Facts give you something anxiety never can, a clear and practical next move. Step 2. Secure your first $1,000. Your first target is not 6 months of expenses. That larger goal comes later. Start with $1,000 in a separate, accessible savings account that pays a competitive interest rate. This money is not an investment. It is a financial shock absorber. Without a cash reserve, almost every unexpected inconvenience can become new debt. A tire needs replacing, a medical bill arrives, or your phone suddenly dies. The expense may be manageable, but your checking account could already be close to zero. That leaves the credit card as your only available emergency plan. Then you pay for the problem and continue paying interest on it afterward. The first $1,000 interrupts that cycle and proves money can remain in your possession. Many people receive income, pay everyone else, and watch the balance return to zero. A dedicated reserve changes that pattern. Treat building it as a short sprint. Redirect a refund, sell unused items, pause non-essential spending, or pick up extra work. You can also temporarily send every spare dollar toward the account. The goal is not to live this aggressively forever. It is to create breathing room quickly. Keep the money separate from everyday checking, but accessible during a genuine emergency. Do not make it so visible that it slowly becomes restaurant or vacation money. Define an emergency before one happens. It should be urgent, necessary, and unexpected. A known annual bill is not unexpected. A temporary sale is not urgent. Once the $1,000 is in place, your finances are not finished. They are simply less fragile. Step 3. Clean your spending. Open the last 3 months of transactions again and mark each expense with one of 4 labels. Essential means housing, groceries, basic transport, insurance, and bills you genuinely need. Valuable means spending that clearly and consistently improves your real life. Maybe that is your gym, dinners with friends, books, travel, or a hobby you use weekly. Invisible means forgotten subscriptions, unnoticed fees, unused apps, and services that quietly increase their prices. Impulsive means purchases that felt good for 10 minutes and meant almost nothing the following week. Your job is not to eliminate every single non-essential expense from your life. It is to stop funding things that are neither necessary nor meaningful. Use one question. Knowing what I know now, would I buy this again today? A streaming service you use every night may genuinely offer excellent value. A premium gym membership visited twice in 6 months probably does not. A memorable dinner may matter more than 10 small purchases you barely remember. Start with 3 permanent cuts. Cancel forgotten subscriptions and renegotiate insurance or phone service. Remove one convenience expense that has quietly become automatic and unnecessary. Then pause one spending category for 30 days and see whether you actually miss it. Focus first on recurring expenses and habits that happen several times every week. One decision there can save money every month without demanding daily willpower. The point is not deprivation. The point is deliberate concentration of your money. Spend less on what you do not care about, then spend confidently on what you do. Step 4. Destroy toxic debt. Not all forms of debt carry the same level of financial danger. A low-rate mortgage and a credit card charging over 20% deserve very different attention. List every debt with its balance, minimum payment, interest rate, and due date. Then sort the complete list from the highest interest rate to the lowest. Pay the minimum on every account and send every extra dollar toward the top debt. When that balance reaches 0, roll its entire payment into the next debt. This is the avalanche method, and it usually minimizes the total interest you pay. High-interest debt grows against you. A card charging 24% can consume much of your payment. That money may simply undo last month's interest instead of reducing the original balance. Investing while carrying that debt may feel productive, but the mathematics are working against you. Avoiding a guaranteed 24% charge is extremely difficult to beat elsewhere. Then, call the lender. Ask whether they can reduce your rate, waive a fee, or offer a cheaper product. You can also ask whether a structured repayment plan is available. The answer may be no. Make the call anyway because a short conversation can matter. It can change the cost of a debt you might otherwise carry for years. Refinancing or a balance transfer helps only when the total cost is genuinely lower. Check transfer fees, introductory periods, the later rate, and the new repayment term. Moving debt is useful only when it meaningfully accelerates your repayment. It is not progress if the old card is cleared and then filled again. Keep the $1,000 reserve intact while you aggressively attack the debt. Without it, the next emergency may send you straight back to the card. Step 5. Put your money on autopilot. A good financial plan should not require 20 perfect decisions every month. The more decisions it demands, the more chances you have to delay or rationalize. Use payday as the trigger. When income arrives, automate a transfer to savings first. 5 to 10% is useful for many people, but choose an amount you can sustain. If 10% causes overdrafts or withdrawals, reduce the amount instead of abandoning the system. Starting with 1 or 2% is perfectly acceptable for now. A small monthly transfer is better than an ambitious one you repeatedly cancel. Next, automate your required bills and protect yourself from unnecessary late fees. At minimum, set automatic minimum payments on every debt you currently owe. For credit cards, paying the statement balance in full is preferable when cash flow allows. A simple account structure can make the entire system easier to manage. Use one account for bills, one for everyday spending, and one for savings. After payday, transfer a fixed weekly amount into the account connected to your debit card. This creates a natural boundary without forcing you to inspect every individual purchase. Automation does not mean ignoring your money or never reviewing your accounts. Review the system for 10 minutes weekly and more carefully once each month. The goal is to stop checking your balance anxiously several times every day. You remain informed, but your financial system no longer depends on constant attention. People say they will save whatever remains at the end of the month. Usually the month expands until nothing remains. Automation reverses that order. Step 6. Move from saving to investing. Your priorities receive money first. Saving and investing solve 2 different problems. Savings protect money you may need in the near future. An emergency fund, next year's tax bill, or a near-term home deposit belongs in savings. That money should not depend on the market being up exactly when you need it. Investing is for money you can leave alone for years. Its job is growth. Once your safety net is built and toxic debt is controlled, begin investing regularly. The investing process does not need to be complicated, clever, or exciting. A low-cost diversified index fund can give exposure to hundreds or thousands of companies. An S&P 500 index fund tracks many of the largest American companies. A broader total market fund includes more companies from across the market. A target date fund combines investments and becomes more conservative as retirement approaches. The right option depends on your country, taxes, account type, horizon, and risk tolerance. The broader principle is simple: diversify, keep fees low, and invest consistently. Do not build a plan that depends on predicting what the market does next month. Start with $50 or $100 if that is what your current budget allows. At first, the purpose is simply to establish a reliable monthly investing system. Increase the amount when debt disappears, income rises, or a recurring expense is eliminated. Financial media will constantly offer something more exciting than a diversified long-term fund. It may be a popular stock, an unbeatable sector, or an asset that already doubled. Excitement attracts attention, but it does not reliably build lasting wealth. Create rules before the market becomes emotional and your judgment becomes less reliable. Decide what you will invest in and how often you will buy. Also decide exactly what circumstances would justify changing your original plan. A decline should not automatically stop contributions when your time horizon remains long. That is especially true when your income and financial situation remain stable. You cannot control market returns, but you can control costs, diversification, and behavior. The wealth engine is not one brilliant purchase made at the perfect moment. It is a process that survives ordinary months, frightening months, and boring months. Step 7. Calculate your freedom and increase your income. Expense reduction is powerful, but it has a hard and unavoidable limit. You cannot spend less than zero. Income has much more room to grow. Choose one income project for the next 90 days, not 5, just one. That might mean preparing a raise request or applying for higher paying positions. It could mean earning a certification or freelancing a skill you already use. You might also offer a simple service during evenings or weekends. A useful side income often begins with a problem you can already solve. People waste months finding the perfect business idea while ignoring skills they already use professionally. Writing, editing, design, tutoring, bookkeeping, sales, translation, coding, or repair work can become clear offers. Make the goal concrete. Earn more money is not an actionable plan. Contact 5 potential clients each week with one defined service is a plan. Ask for a raise is vague and easy to postpone indefinitely. Document your results, research the market range, and schedule the conversation this month. Then calculate your crossover point, when investments could theoretically support your essential spending. Multiply your survival burn rate by 12 to calculate your annual baseline expenses. One rough framework is the 4% rule, which multiplies annual expenses by about 25. If essential expenses are $36,000 yearly, the rough target is around $900,000 invested. This is not a guarantee. Taxes, inflation, age, markets, and portfolio design matter. The calculation simply turns financial freedom into a number you can examine. Do not let that final number discourage you. Track smaller milestones instead. When investments cover one recurring bill, part of your life is already asset funded. When they cover groceries or 1 week of expenses, you have purchased some independence. That is what wealth should do. It should not create a more expensive identity. It should create options, leaving a bad job, reducing your hours, or helping family. It may let you take a career risk without one bill dismantling your life. Conclusion: the 90-day plan. Here is the 90-day plan. During the first week, complete your inventory. Know your cash, debt, net worth, current burn rate, and survival burn rate. During the first month, build the $1,000 safety net and remove obvious waste. During the second month, attack high-interest debt and install automatic transfers and payments. During the third month, strengthen your investing system and execute one focused income plan. At the end of 90 days, compare every number with your starting point. Has your cash increased? Has toxic debt fallen? Is more money moving automatically? Are you investing monthly? Has your burn rate become intentional rather than accidental? Have you taken a real step toward earning more than you did before? Your financial life will not be complete after 90 days. It will be organized. That distinction matters because progress becomes easier when every dollar has a purpose. Financial success is rarely the result of one dramatic decision. It usually comes from ordinary actions, checking numbers, keeping reserves, and cutting waste. It means paying expensive debt, automating transfers, investing broadly, and improving your income. None of those actions looks impressive on social media, but together they change lives. Do not complete all 7 steps tonight. Start with the very first one. Open your accounts, gather the statements, and calculate your actual burn rate. Clarity is where real financial control begins for most people. Once you have control, your money can work toward the life you actually want.